Hi, everyone. I'm Latanya Kermushe, your personal development life coach. I am here to empower you and provide you with helpful tips that will help you rewrite the script of your life. Today, we are discussing the importance of setting boundaries with your time and what that means to you. Time is of essence in every aspect of your life. Do you ever wonder how some people get so much done in a day, they accomplish their entire to-do list, and when we all had the same 1,440 minutes in yesterday, yet today we wake up and we have nothing done. They've completed their to-do list, they've taken major steps towards accomplishing their goals, and they found time to rest. And here we are having nothing productive to show for yesterday. I dare to say that the difference is boundaries. When you set boundaries with your time and you have clarity on what it is that you need to do and how much time you need to do it, you will save yourself and those around you from wasting time. A life without boundaries is one where people are expected to do everything for others and nothing for themselves. If you don't set boundaries with your time, it'll be difficult for you to know what's important and what's not, right? What's important to you and what's not. And if you're doing things that's not important to you, that can lead to a life of idly working or overworking, and then it's going to lead you to burnout and having a monotonous existence. What does setting boundaries mean, right? Setting boundaries with your time. What does that mean? That means defining the limits of your availability and communicating that with others. It involves being clear about your priorities and making intentional choices about how you spend your time. When you set boundaries with your time, you're taking control of your life. You're making sure that time is spent doing things that's important to you, that align with your goals and your values. Then it's important to note that setting goals or setting boundaries with your time doesn't mean it's in stone, right? If your working hours, you say, I'm going to work from 8 to 5, and someone can't meet at 5 o'clock today, it's okay to adjust your time today and meet them at 6, right? You have to be open and flexible to new opportunities, right? But just not every day. Once in a while, right? It's okay to be flexible. Now, why is setting boundaries important? Setting boundaries with your time is important for several reasons. One, it allows you to prioritize the most important activities in your life, right? And then that can lead to a greater sense of fulfillment and accomplishment for you. Number two, setting boundaries with your time can help you avoid burnout. When you're constantly saying yes to everything and everybody, you will quickly become overwhelmed and exhausted. Setting boundaries with your time allows you to create a space for self-care and rest, right? Which is essential for maintaining your physical and emotional well-being. Number three, setting boundaries with your time can improve and save your relationships with others. When you are clear about your availability and your priorities, you can communicate more effectively with others. Now, what is the best way to set boundaries with your time? There's no one-size-fits-all approach to setting boundaries with your time because everyone's needs and priorities are different, right? However, there are some general strategies that can be used and effective for most people. Number one, it's important to define your priorities. Take time to reflect on what's important to you in your life and what activities will help you achieve those goals, right? Once you have a clear understanding of your priorities, then you can start making intentional choices about how you spend your time. Number two, it's important to communicate your boundaries with others, right? It's not fair to deem a certain hour of your time as off limits, right? But then don't say anything to anyone and then have an attitude when they interrupt you during that time or they call you during that time, right? You have to communicate your boundaries, right, with others and make sure that they respect it. Let them know what your availability is. Be clear and direct in your communication and be willing to say no when necessary. Number three, another effective strategy for setting boundaries with your time is to delegate tasks to others, right? If there's tasks that's not your responsibility or do not align with your priorities, consider delegating them to someone else. Then this can free up your time and your energy and allow you to focus on activities that are most important to you. Number four, it's important to schedule your time in a way that allows you to focus on what's most important to you, right? Use a planner, use a calendar, use your cell phone, use whatever it is to remind you to schedule your time and then be intentional about how you spend your time each hour of the day. This can help you stay focused and productive and ensure that you're making progress towards your goal. Now, what do you do if you're not in a position to set boundaries with your time, right? If you're in a position where you cannot set boundaries with your time, for example, you have a demanding job or you're a caregiver, right? You have responsibilities. There are still things that you can do to protect your time and avoid burnout. Number one, make sure that you're prioritizing self-care. You know me, I'm big on self-care. Even if you have a limited time, it's important to take care of your physical and emotional well-being. This may mean taking a few moments. Just take a few moments. I need 5 minutes, every 2 hours. I need 5 minutes to just meditate or practice some sort of mindfulness or go for a quick walk, get some fresh air. Schedule time to exercise, schedule time for social activities. You have to take time for yourself, period. No matter how demanding it is, I need 5 minutes, I need 30 minutes, and take it. You have to have those boundaries. Otherwise, you become burnt out, become overwhelmed, and then you become not your best self to others, right? You become short-tempered and snappy. And you don't want to do that, right? Set your boundaries for your self-care. Number two, look for opportunities to delegate tasks or ask for help, right? There's no time in the day for me because I'm a caregiver 24/7. Well, there is time because when whoever you're caring for is asleep, you have a moment, right? Delegate, ask for help. Even if you can't set boundaries with your time, there may be tasks that can be delegated to others. And then this can free up time and energy for you to focus on activities that's most important to you. Number three, be willing to say no when necessary. Now, while you may not be able to set strict boundaries with your time, you can still make intentional choices on how you spend your time, right? Be willing to say no to activities that do not align with your goals or your values, and be clear what your availability is to others, right? Now, you have to be, in the office for 8 hours. Okay, cool. You're here. You can't set your boundaries. You can't say, put me on, do not disturb during these hours, but you can say during these hours, I'm focused on my work, right? I'm not here to joke around. I'm here to get my work done and leave, right? You have control over how you spend your time, right? So that's setting boundaries. This is what I want to do with my time while I'm here, even if you cannot control the hours of your time, right? Hope that makes sense. Setting boundaries with your time is essential for fulfilling it's essential for living and fulfilling a productive life, right? It allows you to prioritize the most important activities in your life, avoid burnout, improve and save relationships. But remember, if you don't communicate what your boundaries are, people are going to cross those boundaries, and then you're going to have an attitude, and that's going to be a whole other problem, right? Communicate what your problems are so that people can respect that. Now, whether you're in a position to set strict boundaries with your time or not, there are steps that you can use or take to protect your time and ensure that you're using them in a way that aligns with your goals and your values. By defining your priorities and communicating your boundaries with others and scheduling your time in a way that allows you to focus on what's the most important to you, your most important task, you can create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. For more information about this topic or to read some of our other blogs, please visit us at ltce.info. Be sure to leave a comment, share, tell a friend. I see the numbers are going up, so thank you guys for sharing. Continue to share, and I'll see you next time.